welcome back to another weekly Monday live stream where we talk about game news and stuff like that. I'm AK, and I like to talk about game news. No, I'm AK, and if you're new here, every week, like I said, we like to talk about new things coming out and stuff like that. And if you guys have any opinions, definitely let me know down below. I love to chat with you guys as long as it's respectful, right? So anyways, what games are you guys playing this week? I have not been playing nearly as much as I would like. I'm still getting over a cold. I swear. I've been sick for like the last 3 weeks. But I have kind of been playing a little bit of Overcooked, which has been fun because I do like to pick up like older games, or I guess that game isn't even really like that old, but just I like to go back in like the reserves and find stuff to play if I feel like it's not enough games out right now. So have been playing a lot of Overcooked this week, which has been pretty good. But yeah, we have a lot to get into today. There's a lot of new games that came out. I don't know if you guys keep up with, like game conventions and stuff like that, but we just had Gamescom this past week. So if you don't know, a lot of companies actually come. I think it's in Germany. A lot of companies go to Germany to, announce their games and stuff like that. Xbox companies come there, like PlayStation, they all go over there and just announce a bunch of games. It's a lot of indie companies. I don't think I've ever heard of a Nintendo game coming out. I feel like it's mostly like the big ones is like PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So lots of new games we're going to be checking out today. We do have some like smaller news, I guess you could say, as well. So we're going to get probably the smaller stuff out the way first and then look at the bigger games a little bit later in the stream. So yes, let's get right on to it. The first thing I want to talk about is Clair Obscur Exhibition 33. So if you guys don't know, that game came out like, I don't know exactly when it came out. Wait, let me look it up. April 24th this year. I don't know why I thought it came out in like March or something, but I guess it came out in April, so a few months ago. And a lot of people were kind of like hesitant about the game. They didn't know if they wanted to buy it or not, including me. When I saw it at the PlayStation showcase initially, I was like, really invested in the story, but then I saw it was a turn-based, and I'm like, oh, well, I don't know, because that's not usually the style of games that like I like to pick up. So I kind of saw it, I kind of acknowledged it, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe not. But then I started seeing more and more about how this game was like, or after it came out, I started seeing more and more about how this game was like really, really good for what it was. So I decided to try it out. You guys know I'm a sucker for a good story, so I tried it out. It's literally probably one of my favorite games now. And I played it on Xbox Game Pass, so I don't own it. But when I saw that they were coming out with pretty much a steel case edition of the game, I was pretty excited because I'm probably going to buy it because I didn't buy it, obviously, on Xbox Game Pass. So here's some good news for RPG fans. Clair Obscur Exhibition 33, the surprise blockbuster from earlier this year, is getting a new physical edition for the PS5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series X. It's called Mirror Edition, and it comes with some magic, or what the heck? I'll tweak it, you guys. And it comes with some new physical goodies. It's only available on Amazon with a price tag of $59, which isn't terrible because they put a lot of hours into that game. As far as like play hours, it's a lot of play time. So I think $60 is worth it to me, especially with how long you can play the game, because games nowadays are like pushing 80, so I don't think it's a terrible deal. And a release date that's yet to be announced. Read on for a rundown of everything that you'll get. Yeah, okay. So this is the only version of the new Mirror Edition. Alternatively, you can buy a physical version of the standard edition So yeah, you can buy both of them. The edition is available and has an MSRP of $50. So this is all that you pretty much get with the new little bundle coming out. So in addition to the game on the disc, the Mirror Edition also includes the following items: collectible cards, including 3 of 10 possible cards, exclusive steelbook featuring Verso and Alicia, and a tuck box. So I think honestly I would probably get it more so just for like collecting, just because I like the game so much. And steelbooks usually are like, I don't want to say they're rare, but like after they come out, they can be kind of hard to find. I only have like a handful of steelbooks in my collection, and I think that's Hitman 1. I think I have Far Cry 5. I have Beyond Two Souls. I might have one more, but those are the only ones that I could think of off the top of my head. But this is a really cool looking case. So if you guys are into the game, I highly recommend it. I'll probably be buying the steelbook or pre-ordering it, because I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a really good game. And if you guys are on the fence about it, look up a gameplay or something. Like I think it's worth it. So yeah. The next thing I want to talk about really quick before we get into like the heavy hitter games is Halloween. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched the movie Halloween. I watched it a lot growing up, which is kind of funny. And I used to be really scared of like Michael Myers and stuff like that. So when I saw that they were coming out with a Michael Myers game, I thought it was really interesting because they already have a like Nightmare. No. What's that one? I think Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. Yeah. They have a Friday the 13th game out already. So when I saw that they were coming out with the Halloween game, I was like, oh, this is super cool. Like, let me check this out. Hey, Tay, how's it going? Welcome back. So yeah, I was really excited to see that they were coming out with this game. So, Halloween the game officially announced for 2026. Halloween the game, based on Jason Carpenter's classic Halloween movie franchise. And guys, they have so many movies in the Halloween series, like it's crazy, has been officially revealed. In development in a collaborative efforts from Ilphonic, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and Gun Interactive, along with Compass International Pictures and Further Front. Halloween will release in 2026 for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So, like, I feel like this is going to be a pretty good game if it's releasing on all these, like, major consoles or whatever. I'm so ready for that game. I've been waiting for this forever. Yeah, I'm so excited to see if they have any, like playthrough of it yet. Let's finish reading this, and then I'll see what this video is. The Boogeyman is out. The game's description reads, team up in 1v4 asymmetrical horror showdown on everyone's favorite night of the year. Choose to save the quiet town of Haddonfield from bloodshed as a hero of Haddonfield, or stalk and terrorize the residents as Michael Myers. Bringing this world to gamers everywhere is extremely exciting for the whole development team at Ilphonic. Jared oh my gosh, his name Gerritsen, sorry if I butchered that, Chief Creative Officer at Ilphonic, said, "We cannot wait to share more information as we work towards launch in 2026. John Carpenter, the director of the original film, will serve as executive producer of the game. Also, the game will be both a single player and multiplayer experience, though it's currently unknown how it will work for solo players." So I almost wonder if it is going to be like a Friday the 13th like type thing, because that game was multiplayer. There's no gameplay. We're at screenshots as well, the trailer right now. Oh, okay. What is this? This is probably just them talking.
A quiet town, just like hundreds of other small towns all across America. A town just like yours. But it was here, on October 31st, 1963. No motive, no warning, no provocation, just senseless death. I met him 15 years ago. I thought there was hope, that he could be reached.
This just seems like a little teaser.
But what I met was not a child. No emotion. Perhaps not even human. 15 years later, he returned home. But what happened that night was only the beginning. It wasn't just a killing spree. It was a reckoning.
Whoa, calm down. He was going to reach it. Come on,
What was
come on,
that?
we have to go.
No.
You can't stop him. You can't reason with him. You can't kill the boogeyman.
That's so cool. Yeah, so no gameplay, but this is a little teaser, I guess. I'm gonna be keeping my eye out on this. That's really cool. What was I gonna say? He does look dope. One thing that I always liked about Michael Myers is the fact that, like, he pretty much just teleports wherever he wants. Like, he could be walking at, like, the slowest pace, and next thing you know, he's behind you. So that's one of the really cool things about Michael Myers. He doesn't speak. He just gets the job done, that's all. So I think it's really interesting to see. The screenshots are on Steam. Okay, let me look that up. Halloween. Yes. Okay, yeah, here you go. How do I? Okay. So here's the screenshots. I think they'll use the teleport feature from F13 in some way. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I hope they do something like that. I feel like it catches the ambiance really nice too. And I'm assuming that you'll be able to play... Oh, that's crazy. I'm assuming you'll be able to play as either, like, the victim or Michael Myers. But yeah, that's all of them. And I'm wondering if there's going to be, like, any kind of story to it as well. I'll definitely be keeping my eye out. No official release date, it just says 2026. But hopefully we get some more news soon. But I really think it's going to be like how Friday the 13th game was, like how you have a killer and then you're like trying to get away from the killer. That's how I think. I don't know. But I don't know how else they would do like a multiplayer thing. Or even like Dead by Daylight, something like that. They had a Michael Myers character, I'm pretty sure, in Dead by Daylight. Oh, okay. They're adding a single player. Okay. Well, yeah, very curious to see how that comes out. Because I've been a fan of Michael Myers for a very long time. Alright. Another little quick thing that I want to talk about for people who are fans of The Last of Us. PlayStation opens pre-orders for a replica of the guitar from The Last of Us Part 2. If you guys have played The Last of Us, especially The Last of Us 2, the guitar is a really big part of the story. They use it a lot to like convey emotion. And even in the beginning, like the first game, it's kind of how Joel and Ellie kind of like bond and stuff like that. So it's very interesting to see that they are selling stuff like this. But then at the same time, it's kind of funny because I feel like the Last of Us franchise, they kind of just bring up anything or make up anything that'll make them money. I know recently, I think it was like a month ago, they just came out with the scripts to the story, like kind of like a book, and they're selling that. They remade the game, I don't know how many times at this point, and now they're coming out with this guitar. So let's see what this is about really quick. The PlayStation Store is selling guitars now. If you're a fan of Naughty Dog's The Last of Us series, either the game or the TV show, you can now pre-order a replica of Ellie's guitar that Joel customized with custom moth inlay fretboard. I'm not a guitar specialist, so sorry if I have no idea what that is. This guitar was first featured on The Last of Us Part 2 and made an appearance in the second season of the HBO series. The guitar is a collaboration with Taylor Guitars and is a special edition of the Taylor 314. You can pre-order it for $2,999.99. So $3,000 at the PlayStation Store. It will officially release on November 18th, 2025. It's listed in the PlayStation Store's hardware section among various consoles, controllers, and other accessories. So, okay, I'm going to click on that in a second. This guitar has a distinctive, rich tobacco sunburst top and okay. If you guys are guitar fans, I hope you guys get what that is. If you're thinking that $3,000 is ridiculous among the money paid for a guitar, it's actually not that terribly priced, especially for a nice acoustic guitar. I know guitars can get up there in price. I know of a lot of people who do play guitar. They pay a lot of money for their stuff. So I guess the standard Taylor 314 costs $2,400, almost $2,500 on its own, without the Last of Us details included. So, if some of you guys are into that, there you go. I mean, I think it's cool. It definitely is a lot of money because I don't know. I do feel like that's a big amount of money. But let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna click on the PlayStation Store. So this is what it looks like on the PlayStation Store. The belt kind of looks vintage. I don't think it comes with a case or anything. Looks like it does come with the... Or maybe it does. Maybe it does come with the case. So, very interesting. Yeah, $3,000 for a guitar is quite a bit of money. But I try not to like judge other people's hobbies. If that's something, some people really do invest in like some really expensive stuff for like their hobbies and stuff like that. $3,000 is a bit. And if you like music and you like The Last of Us, there you go. All right. So, this is something that we definitely need to talk about before we start getting into these new games. I don't know if any of you guys have heard, but PlayStation has raised their prices. I feel like they've raised them before. I want to say within this last year. I could be wrong, but I feel like I heard recently that they also raised their price like before this. But PlayStation has raised their prices. A lot of people are annoyed by it because we already have so much like inflation going on and stuff like that. So let's see what they have to say about that, and then we will get into these new games, which I'm really excited for because I have not watched any trailers or anything like that. I like to like come on here and give my honest reaction. So but yeah, let's look at this. Sony raises PS5 price in the United States. Sony has announced that it is raising the price of the PlayStation 5 in the United States. Starting on August 21st, which was a few days ago, the price of the base PS5 will rise to $549.99. The PlayStation 5 Digital Edition will jump to $499.99. And the PS5 Pro will cost... that took me aback. Will cost $749.99. All increases are $50 from their previous prices. This reminds me of when the PlayStation first came out, and there were like so many scalpers online selling it for so much money. Like, I feel like people were selling just a base model for like $700, like buying it and reselling it on eBay for like twice the amount, and it was crazy. I remember I was like there was this guy on Twitter who would tweet out every time the PS5 was restocked, and I was following him, and I swear I was in the middle of the highway like driving once, was so dangerous, and I saw he put out an announcement that they were gonna restock on the PS5, and I was like, okay, I gotta get this. I'm like driving at the same time as like trying to buy a PS5. Guys, kids, don't do this at home. Don't do this at home. But it was crazy when the PS5 first came out. I think they did it 2-3 times. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this definitely is not the first time they have raised prices. So, similar to many global businesses, we continue to navigate a challenging economic environment, Sony said. As a result, we've made the difficult decision to increase the recommended retail price for PlayStation 5 consoles in the U.S. starting on August 21st. Sony moves following the price increase of the platform in different regions already. It also follows the decisions for Microsoft and Nintendo to raise the price of their hardware in recent months. Just because other people are doing it don't mean that you have to do it too, but whatever. I'm sure they have their reasonings. The recommended retail prices for PlayStation 5 accessories remain unchanged, and we have no other price changes to announce for additional markets, Sony added. Where are your thoughts? Yeah, okay. So, I don't know. I feel like PlayStation has been kind of slowly getting more and more expensive, because even with the PlayStation like Plus, it's really expensive. If you want premium, I feel like it's like almost $200 a year or something. Let me look this up. Let's see. Figures they don't have the price right here so you can see. Okay. Here. You would think how the economy, geez Louise. You would think how the economy is now. They drop it, especially half the way through the cycle. Hey, what you would think, because we're almost at the next generation. Like, what, we have maybe 2 years left, maybe 3 if we push it. I heard that there's supposed to be dropping a new console in like 2027 or something. I mean, that's all kind of like, take it with a grain of salt, but I've heard rumors that they're trying to drop it in 2027. So that's a good point. Like, why are they like raising it? It should be getting lower. But this is the price for the PlayStation Plus, plans. But it is $160, but after tax, I think it comes to like $180 or something, because that's what happened when I bought it the last time. I don't have the year subscription anymore. I just bought I think I recently bought like the 3-month subscription because I wanted to play like Call of Duty online or something, and then I wanted to see like what other games they had in store. But it is getting really pricey just to play a dang game around here, y'all. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Really crazy. Yeah, I think like 2 years, that's my guess. Almost 200 is crazy. Yeah, it is. It is. And it's like, I know they used to have it to where it was separate. So they had PlayStation Plus, which was like, you just get the online experience. And then they had, I think it was PlayStation Now, where you could play like extra games and stuff like that. But then I think it was like a year or two ago, they combined the two, and so now it's just kind of more expensive. Because it used to be cheaper just to buy online or just buy PlayStation Now, but then they combined it. So if you don't want both, you're kind of like forced to have both now. Yeah, I usually get the 3 months. Yeah, especially because, like, I don't think it's worth it right now. I don't think they have really good games on premium to justify it, because I think premium you also get the retro category, and like after you kind of already play the retro category once, like it's no sense to like keep buying it. So I think the last one I got was extra. I don't even think I bought the premium, but the extra is almost just as expensive. So the premium is $159 and then the extra is $134. And the only difference I think is just you get I guess you get game trials. I think the main thing is the retro thing though. Like you get a lot of older games. But I think you do get a couple of other benefits with it as well. But it's insane. They're really drying our pockets out here. Pretty crazy. Alright. So let's talk about Gamescom and everything that was announced there. Okay. So I'm going to go through like all the games that was announced, but then I'm going to like just highlight like certain ones that I thought were interesting. Right, that's why I do the games month to month, and they're usually not that good. Oh yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's like rare that we get a good monthly game. It's rare, but I try to take advantage of it when I can, but the price, especially for nowadays, is just too much. Alright, so let's go through this really quick. So I saw that we were just talking about Black Myth Wukong. I think it was last week. But Black Myth Zong Kai, I think that's how you pronounce it, is the next project from the makers of Black Myth Wukong. And they're coming out with another game pretty quick because they just came out with Black Myth last year. So that's pretty interesting to see that they're kind of just going with the flow and taking advantage of the momentum while they have it, I guess. Resident Evil Requiem, we got another trailer. Ghost of Yotei, we got another trailer. World of Tanks Heat, kind of niche. We just talked about this guy, John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. He must be like a horror guy or something, because this one looks horror. Project Spectrum's revealed as a PvP VE psychological horror game. I don't know if I've ever seen something like this. I feel like this name looks really familiar. I'm trying to think if I've seen this before. I don't know. Everwind. Cult of the Lamb, which looks kind of animated. World of Warcraft Midnight. Do you guys play World of Warcraft? I feel like it's kind of niche, but like popular at the same time, if that makes sense. Age of Empire 4, Survival Adventure Enshrouded, Wake of Water update announced. Cinder City, official gameplay trailer. La Diva Comendia. These are a lot of funny names. I just feel like it's a lot of funny names. Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, early access release date trailer. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Legacy of the Forge allows players to become the best blacksmith around. So I guess this is it's a DLC. Because I know this game just came out. You don't play? Yeah, I feel like it's kind of niche, but it's like a big niche, if that makes sense. Inzoi Island Getaway DLC. I kind of saw this a little bit. It looked okay. It just looks like another, like, world. Yeah. I keep hearing mixed things about Inzoi. I know a lot of people are just now starting to try it out, and people are saying that it's getting a little better since launch, so I'm hoping that it continues to get better. Ninja Gaiden 4, which I feel like we've been hearing about that a lot. A new Ninja Gaiden. The Outer Worlds, Chronos, the New Dawn tricked us with cuddling cats before terrifying us. That's a title. New look at Silent Hill F, which I'm pretty excited for. Delta Force console launch trailer. Fortnite and Squid Game, which is an interesting collab. Unbeatable, new trailer revealed. I like the style. First look at gameplay for Time Takers. You get a lot of these like space-esque games. The Darkest Files. This looks interesting. Process entry files and document as you try to defend democracy in post-war Germany. Prosecute Nazis and bring them to justice in The Darkest File. Available now on Steam and coming to Nintendo Switch. I think I'm good on that. Never Nest to Everest. First look at Ron Gilbert's death by scrolling. Zero Parades reveal trailer. Players will dive in a world of spy espionage where truth can be stranger than fiction. What kind of game is that?
I once knew a spy. Brilliant. Relentless. Magnetic. Her name was Herschel. Dark gold hair.
It is
A
true.
well-worn life.
The trailers look better than the game.
A dandelion
That's why
buff,
this doesn't
waiting
look
to
like
be
gameplay.
known. She tried to look out for me.
Okay. Hollow Knight, which is pretty popular. Bubsy. Battlestar Galactica. Outlaws Remastered. Yeah, a lot of these look very niche or like indie. He-Man, I know that was pretty big some years ago. Absolum, new trailer shown. Swords of Legends. Oh, the graphics on this look nice. Check out the reveal trailer for Swords of Legend, a new Chinese myth third-person action RPG adventure game developed by Aragon Shangi. Players will get to return. Okay, we're also getting a lot of like Chinese folklore and like myth games as well.
Millions of souls pour into the underworld every day. You're no different. My lord, he's here.
I bid you.
The graphics on this look insane.
World once more. Fallen leaves return to their roots. You shall gather the souls that stray.
I've watched over this city for ages, and every name in your scroll of death.
Oh.
Not one of them dies quietly. You, a soulless husk.
What the heck?
You can judge my fate. Why wrestle rogues when their artifacts can do what brute strength cannot?
That took the weirdest turn.
What? The soulless husk?
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't even gonna watch this whole thing, but like it caught me off guard.
Here we go again.
If you know not life, how can you know death?
Swords of Legends. I am very mixed about this game. I think, well, the thing that like initially got me was it looked really, really like nice. Like the graphics look super nice, and it's funny because I feel like for a long time one of the nicest looking games was Ghost of Tsushima. Now I feel like games are really competing for that look. It caught me with the look, and it looked good. The combat looked good. I saw him pop off his head. I said, "What the heck?" I said, "What is this?" I'm gonna be honest. There are a lot more creative than devs in the States. Oh yeah, 100%. That's why. This is kind of. Well, I don't know if I want to say personal, but like for a long time, it was like nerdy, like in high school and stuff, to like watch like anime or like play. I mean, I played games all my life, but I never really tried like anime or like media from other countries except for like certain video games and stuff like that. But then when I started watching like anime and stuff from other countries, it's almost like 10 times more creative than anything I've seen that's made in the US. There's so much copy and paste in the US, it's not even funny. It's so interesting too to just see like other people's perspective on stuff. And maybe it is just because it's so different, because it's like not the usual culture that like I'm used to seeing. But like it's so nice to see what other countries can come up with, because it to us it just seems so unique, right? But I think the game that we just watched, it says it's from a Chinese myth, so it could be like a spin on like another like story that they have or something. It really is, yeah. All right. Worldwide reveal of Valor Mortis by Ghost Runner. Okay. PBKK offers a new POV on war. I don't know. That's kind of. I don't know if these games really like. I don't know if they really catch my attention. Routine. Call of Duty Black Ops 7. We'll be talking about that a little bit later. Lords of the Fallen 2 gets its big reveal on O&L. Lego Batman. Road Kings. Monster Hunter Wilds. There's a lot of Monster Hunter Wild fans out there as well. I'm not really one of them, but I know the people that like the game, they really like that game. Warhammer 40,000. Onimusha. I think that's how you pronounce it. A new look. Arknights and Field. Europa Universalis. Fallout Season 2. Is that a game? Yeah, that's a show. I guess it was just announced there. Voidbreaker. New Indiana Jones DLC. Premiere World of Tanks 2.0. Daemon and Machina. That's interesting. And Sekiro No Defeat review. So lots of games were revealed at Gamescom. I really do hope one day I can make it out there. I want to make it out to Gamescom. I want to make it out to PAX. And I want to eventually get to the Game Awards as well, and hopefully film that to like show everyone. It's always been a dream of mine. I always wanted to go to E3, but then they canceled it. But let's get to some stuff that I want to look a little deeper into. I don't want to watch this trailer, but I do want to call this out. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is Xbox's first Nintendo Switch 2 game, which is pretty interesting. And I feel like this also came out on PlayStation. So Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo seems like they've been all getting along recently with sharing games and raising prices. So the Brilliant Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be Microsoft's first game designed for the Switch 2, and it'll launch for Nintendo's new console next year. So we'll be getting that next year. So they're all just friends recently. And then Ghost of Yotei is getting free co-op Legends mode in 2026, so that'll be coming after we get the game. Returning from the Ghost of Tsushima, the free co-op Legends mode will launch in 2026 for Ghost of Yotei. The original Ghost of Tsushima added Legends, which brought fans to an outer-worldly battleground. You and 4 resurrected warriors will take on the demonic forces to survive. While not included in the base game at launch, Legends was a huge success and brought many back to the game. Now Ghost of Yotei plans to bring it back in 2026. The story is breaking news, so updates including more information will be later. We'll watch this. I have this up in a second. While we don't see any gameplay of it, the stringer at the end. Okay, no, yeah, let's watch that first. So I have the new trailer for Ghost of Yotei up. Notice how they're only friendly with each other when it comes to draining every penny from the player base. 1000% bingo. Which is like sad, because it just proves that a lot of these companies like really are not for the players at all. Pretty sad to see, but I think they know a lot of people will like pay for it, and they're just gonna take what they can get. But yeah, they've been real buddy with that lately. Let's see this Ghost of Yotei trailer.
The end of the world is this only in our minds.
Are you going to give me a line?
Swordsmith's daughter. I watched that tree burn. How did you escape?
Same way. I survived every battle. The thought of killing you.
The last trailer we watched was really good.
Ruthless spirits, wandering the land, driven by vengeance. Sometimes I feel like that is what I am.
It was okay. I feel like I'd like to see more gameplay, like actual gameplay. Hold on, we have a little bit more of this. Wait 1 sec. I think it's just showing the legends. It's funny they're announcing this though. We haven't even really seen the game that much. Yeah. I think that's why I liked the last trailer so much, because we actually got to see gameplay. We've been getting like a lot of story trailers, and it's almost kind of just telling us the same thing that we already know. For what I've been seeing, this is game where the trailers and gameplay seem to keep up, right? If they just show more of it. Yeah, because I was really excited of that. I think she had like the ball and it was like on fire or something. Like that looked really cool. That trailer was selling me more than these story trailers. Like it is good to see some of the story trailers, but it's like I think we get the story now. Let's see more of the gameplay. So okay, we already saw that. Another game that I'm really interested in that we've been talking about a good amount on this channel is Silent Hill F. So I'm gonna watch that trailer really quick to see if they give any more of it. Speaking of which, did you finish Shadows? Don't know if you said you did already. No, I didn't. No. It's hard for me to get back into it. I don't know. It's something about it that's like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I don't like it. It's just not the first thing that I'm picking up. But I'm hoping like I'll get back into it a little bit. I'll let you guys know though or I'll try and talk about it a little more when I finish it. But yeah. Oh, wait 1 second. Alright.
Cognitor 1 to HQ. We haven't found an active suspect at the scene. Chances are good that it's still in the fact no water. We better consider the hunt. Look it over. Last seen fleeing Tsuneyoshi Shrine. Exercise extreme caution.
You saved my life.
Now this one's in
and
English.
laid claim to my soul. In turn, I shall save your souls by claiming the life of your old self.
Who was that? What is this place?
I'm pretty sure the other trailers were in Japanese.
I better get going.
A good day is always an extraordinary day. An extraordinary day is an always good day. With that in mind, today's a bit too extraordinary.
So this is where you are.
It does look good. That's why I'm keeping up with
where
it.
You had gone. You need to start getting ready. It's time to say your goodbyes. You're going to kill them with your own hands.
What?
What's going on? No. It's got my home too. The halls, the doors, everything's changed.
Did they give a release date for this? I'm sure they'll tell us by the end.
Tell me, who
Oh,
are
it's
you?
like a doppelganger.
Please. Just die.
What? Okay, this trailer got me a little more hooked.
It must be hard for you to bid farewell to childhood friends.
Yes. No. It had to be done. As soon as I could.
Oh, September 25th. I didn't know it was coming out that soon. Okay. Well, that's exciting. Yes, yes. I'm so glad we got it in English, because that's one thing I was a little nervous about, because I knew that it was something I wanted to, like, see or play. But I'm like, oh, it is, like, kind of a language barrier. But this sold me on it way more. It is fire. Because before, it was just, like, the gameplay and, like, the aesthetics that was really getting me. I'm like, oh, if this was in English, this would be, like, I'm gonna get this. But we're getting it pretty soon. I don't know why I was thinking it was gonna either come out, like, later this year or early next year. Right, somebody in the industry's doing something right. Yeah, I'm excited. I know Konami was pretty popular for their older Silent Hill, so I hope this one delivers just as well as the other two. I don't know. I highly doubt it's gonna be free to play day of. I don't know if they've even released a price. Like, let me see. Cause they say you could pre-order it, so I guess they probably do have a price. Silent Hill F. No, it's $70. A bit up there, but it does look like it's gonna be a good game. And the enemies look really interesting as well. Alright. Another game that I kind of wanted to touch on. Sonic, I don't want to talk about this too much, but Sonic does a lot of collabs. So now it's Sonic and Pac-Man racing. Especially with racing games. He does a lot of collabs. He did like one with Mario. Yeah, especially a lot with Mario. A crossover between Pac-Man and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds has been announced at Gamescom 2025, with both mascots invading each other's worlds. I'm not really too big of a racer fan, but I thought this was an interesting little duo here. This is probably something I played when I was like 10. I'm still a big fan of Sonic though. And it's so interesting where they've come with like Pac-Man within the years, because like it used to just be like one of the first video games. Yeah, I think the other game's gonna be worth it. Alright, so I wanted to touch on this one. I also wanted to touch on Pragmata, because this is a game, another game that looks really interesting, but like I'm still not sold on it yet, if that makes sense. Because, like, it's this whole situation with, like, this little girl, like, riding your back. It is kind of like, what is this about? It's a third-person shooter, but it almost looks like this little girl's, like, controlling him or something. Definitely not gonna read all this, but, I think we saw the trailer initially on a PlayStation showcase. Here's some screenshots. It's just interesting because I feel like we don't really see like little kids like this on a lot of video games, especially good video games. So I'm keeping up with it. It does look like Death Stranding. I guess that's one of the games that we actually did get like kind of a little kid. I mean, I guess it's a baby. But then there's like this whole space aspect to it, and it's like I'm not usually a fan of like outer space games because I don't know if it just gives too much like not real, like I don't know, like I feel like it's just out there too much, so I usually don't like them. But then I'm intrigued by like this little girl. So I don't know, it's just interesting. It's like, why is she not wearing pants? Why is she just wearing a big coat? I'm just confused. But I don't know. I think we only got a gameplay trailer and just like a story trailer. I don't think we got. Yeah, I think this is something we've seen already. Yeah. But then this looks like it's New York. Maybe we haven't seen this trailer. And does she talk? Yeah. We do have a lot of, like, futuristic, like, post-apocalyptic games. I do feel like sometimes, though, they could, like, make good stories, but it is starting to get boring. Kind of just like the revenge plot story, like, oh, they got my dad, I'm gonna go kill him now. Like, what? I feel like we do have a lot of those, and that's why I was kind of interested to see like that Chinese one we saw earlier. Like that one looked really good. Silent Hill F looks really good. All right, let's talk a little bit about Call of Duty really quick. I don't know if I'm gonna get this or not. I did get the last Call of Duty. I didn't really like it that much. Well, I don't want to say I didn't like it, because it's just Call of Duty, but it's like, it doesn't stick out to me. I really did enjoy Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, though. I really liked that game, and I played it a lot, especially with other people. Just the last one, I think it was Black Ops 6, I didn't really care for it. Like, I think I would play it a little bit, and then I'd get bored. And I think I kind of just went through that phase, like, a couple weeks ago. Like, I played it a little bit, and it's like, okay, well, I'm bored. Right, those are the main 2 overrated concepts. Yeah. Alright, so this is pretty much what we're gonna get for the new Call of Duty. Haven't really seen any gameplay of it yet. Pretty sure it looks like the rest of the games. But yeah, so we're gonna have the standard edition. Does it say a price? $69.99. That's another thing too. For Black Ops or Call of Duty to be as big as it is, I don't want to say as big as it is, but for Call of Duty to have as many games as they have out, and especially for the games to be pretty much all the same thing, it should not cost $69. It should not cost $69. I feel like at most $50, at most, and that's pushing it. Yeah, I heard Battlefield was good. It should not be $70. It should not. At most $50, and that's pushing it. And the thing is, I feel like they're at a point to where I don't even know if they should put out more games. I feel like they should just do what like Fortnite's doing. Like, why aren't they just not like making updates, or just like, I mean, I guess they do have like story mode, which is fine, and sometimes I do play their story mode, and sometimes it's good. But like, the fact that it's the same thing every year, it shouldn't be that price. Like, they could still put out as many games as they want, but make it like a smooth 40 at most 50. I don't think we should be paying $70 for a Call of Duty. Yeah, it's been out for decades. I think, when did it come out? It's almost older than me. I think it came, well, I don't know, maybe not quite. When did it come out? I want to say 2001, because I feel like I did a video. Oh no, 2003. So not quite older than me, but it's pushing. It's almost there. It's almost there. Yeah, people still play it. People are obsessed over it. And the thing is too, like, I feel like, I don't want to like brag, but I feel like I've gotten fairly good at Call of Duty, because I've kind of been playing it since I was in high school. So I think I started like maybe around I don't know if it was Infinite Warfare. I think it was Black Ops 3. I think I started around Black Ops 3. So I kind of been playing it like off and on. Or maybe it was Call of Duty Ghosts. I think, no, the first one I got was Call of Duty Ghosts. And then I think after that was either Call of Duty Infinite Warfare or Black Ops 3. But I really started playing around Black Ops 3. But it's the same thing as what I got like years ago. It's not, I don't think they should stop making games. I just think it shouldn't be that much. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was my first one. What was your guys' first one? If you guys have any memories of when the first time you guys played it was. Call of Duty, so another one we're getting is Black Ops 7 Vault Edition. And that's $99. And you get all these things, which is pretty much stuff, you know, you could use for the game. I don't think it's anything physical. And then you get the pre-order edition, which looks like it's a steelbook. And I think you also get early access. Yeah, steelbook case and a free tote bag, but you have to pick it up in store. Man, I miss the days, and I know this is kind of controversial to a lot of people, but I miss the days where you had to like go to GameStop to like pick up the game. And I think that was the first time I picked up a game in store on release, and there was like a whole line. I think it was Black Ops 3. That was the first time I went to GameStop like at midnight to pick it up. You started on Black Ops 2. Okay. So yeah, a little before me. But the games were just better back then. So yeah, that was all the kind of cool things that I thought was cool from Gamescom. I think it's always cool that they come out every year and showcase their best work. I feel like we could have got a little bit more. Like, some of the stuff was really cool. Like, again, I really like Silent Hill F. Ghost of Yotei, the trailer was alright, I guess. That one game, I'm already forgetting what it's called, but the Chinese myth one, that one looked really interesting. So it's really cool to see, like, all these new games come out, and I don't know, just try new games. That's all I can say. Because yes, it's cool to see like stuff that we've already seen before, like the Ghost of series and Call of Duty and stuff like that. But it's also really cool to see what's new and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be here. Well, I know I'm not gonna be here next week. I'm on the vacation, but hopefully I'll be back the week after. It all depends if I'm able to sit down and write the news up before the live like I do every week. So I hope that you guys have a great next 2 weeks, and I will be back soon with some more news and maybe some videos throughout the week. We'll see, right? But yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day. AK out.